It was late evening. The sky was heavy with clouds and the city bus station was unusually quiet. Near a broken bench, something lay forgotten, a large black gym bag. It looked old, torn at the corners, its zipper half broken. People came and went, hurrying past it without care. Some glanced at it, some didn't even notice. To them, it was just another piece of trash. But not to him. He was a street dog, skinny, dusty, with white fur turned gray from filth. His left eye was clouded, blind. A chain mark was still visible around his neck from the past. His legs shook slightly when he walked, but when he saw the bag he stopped. He sniffed the air, then the ground, and slowly walked toward it. He circled it once, twice, then sat right beside it, staring. He didn't bark at first. He just stared, ears pointed, body alert. People pushed past him. One man kicked at him. Another threw a stone. Still he stayed. Then the barking began, not loud but deep and steady like a warning. No one listened. Hours passed. The streetlights flickered. A cold wind swept through the station. Still, the dog barked. Across the road, a man named Kamal was locking up his small tea stall. He'd seen the dog before, always hungry, always quiet. But tonight, the dog wasn't looking for food. Kamal watched him from across the street. Something about the way the dog stood guard didn't feel normal. He crossed the road. As Kamal stepped closer, the dog stopped barking and looked at him. His eyes were tired, but filled with something else, urgency. Kamal whispered, "What is it, boy?" and moved toward the bag. The dog didn't move. Kamal bent down, heart racing. He touched the bag's zipper, then he heard it. A sound, barely there. A cough. A rustle. A soft wheeze. Kamal's hands shook. He slowly opened the bag. Inside was a boy. A little boy, maybe 2 years old, wrapped in an old shawl. His cheeks were sunken, his lips dry. He didn't cry. He just looked up, weak, his chest rising and falling with difficulty. Kamal screamed, "Help! Please! Someone help!" People came running. Someone called the police. A woman brought water. A man took off his coat to cover the child. Minutes later, an ambulance arrived. The boy was rushed to the hospital. Kamal went with them. The dog watched from the road. He didn't follow. He just sat there shaking, watching the boy leave. At the hospital, the doctors worked quickly. The child had been left without food or water for hours. He was cold, barely breathing. The nurse whispered that he might not have survived another hour. Kamal waited all night. By morning, the boy was stable. They didn't know his name, so they gave him one, Aman, meaning peace. And the dog? Someone had taken a photo of him guarding the bag. It spread on social media. People called him a hero. Some came to feed him. Others tried to take him, but he ran away every time. Until Kamal returned. He knelt down in front of the dog and said softly, "Come with me, partner." This time, the dog wagged his tail. Kamal named him Sultan. Weeks passed. Aman grew stronger. Kamal visited him every day. He learned that the child had been left on purpose. The police never found who did it, but Kamal didn't care. All he knew was that a life was saved. 3 months later, Kamal brought Aman home. Now every morning, Sultan waits beside Aman's bed, tail wagging. He follows him to the park, walks beside him slowly, never too far. And every night, he curls up by his crib, one eye open, still guarding him. Kamal watches them both and smiles. He sometimes wonders what would have happened if Sultan hadn't barked, if he hadn't listened, if no one had stopped. The world almost turned away. But a forgotten dog, thrown out by life, chose not to. Some say dogs have instincts, others say it was luck. But Kamal believes in something else, that real heroes don't need words. They don't ask for thanks. They just stay, quietly, when everyone else walks away. And sometimes, in the cold silence of a bus station, love speaks in barks.